Hello, you all. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And in tonight's stream, I'm gonna cover the new moon in Pisces that is happening at the 18th of March at 9:23 p.m. That will be Eastern Standard Time, almost at the exit of Pisces, 28 degrees in 27 minutes. And apologize me for my state because I'm under the weather still. Got sick last week around Thursday, I believe. And it wasn't that bad Thursday, but yesterday and the day before it was awful. Getting better, but still under the weather. So covering the new moon in Pisces, we do have a waxing moon, which is the phase of the moon from new to full. The moon is going to be full at the 1st of April, 10:12 p.m. That will be, again, Eastern Standard Time, almost at the middle of the sign Libra. 12 degrees and 27 and 21 minutes as per my calendar. So the forecast today is going to cover that period of time from 18th to 1st. And it will be as far as the moon is concerned, meaning that this forecast is going to be about our day-to-day routine and what we can expect on a daily basis. So with that said, the first thing that I'm going to do, as per usual, that will be the collective reading. So we have Queen of Cups as the first card. I drew the cards a few hours ago, so I can use them. I could use them for the thumbnail. The second card, that was Three of Pentacles that I drew, and the final one was the King of Wands. Okay, so this is how the elemental dignity stands. I read through the method of elemental dignities. So we do have Queen of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and a King of Wands. And this waxing moon is going to emphasize, moreover, our relationships, but less likely, or will have a less influence on the intimate relationships. It's going to focus more on family relationships, friendships, etc., etc. And through these kind of relationships, we can expect to accomplish and receive as well a lot of support that will be like a backbone, if I might put it that way, for our further development. Better yet, these are going to be relationships which are going to basically support us through that development, and they are going to offer us a fruitful cooperation. That is, if we do need some kind of a physical support, or if we just kind of need an advice, guidance, something like that, they will also gonna have the tendency to offer us a fruitful conversations, through which, of course, we are going to be criticized, some of us slightly, some of us a lot. But every criticism is going to have merit, and every criticism is going to be constructive criticism. So on that front, based on, rather like stepping on these cooperative actions and discussions, we are going to have everything we need in order to make a rather long-term plan for our future, long-term plan for our career future, or for our relationship future, you know, or in generally for our future. And it is where another person is going to show up that has nothing to do with our closest friends or family or something like that. This is going to be someone that we are just accommodated with, okay? That will be acquainted, I'm sorry, with, not accommodated, but acquainted with. So just person we know from the bar or from the grocery store, whatever the case, and that one is gonna have something like an idea, something like an ambition for them. But the thing it is that this, and of course they're gonna share that with us. If I have to guess, that will be like an invitation for a cup of coffee, invitation for a beer, something of a sort. And at that point, if we do accept that invitation, this agenda, this passion of theirs is going to be shared with us, and also we are going to be invited to tag along. The problem is that it will be incompatible with the support and the plans through that we will be able to build through the faithful companions, which are going to offer us their support. So bottom line is that these couple of weeks on a daily basis, we should stick with those that have proven to us we can trust and we can rely on, and that can support us, rather than kind of jumping to an ideas for a fast gains and unproven concepts, because that ambition which is going to be shared with us, it's kind of carry on a bit of a unproven concepts. And also the person that is going to share it with us is going to be rather quite bossy, and that is something we definitely going to dislike, and that is a telltale sign how to recognize the individual we should definitely not side with and tag along with. Other than that, avoiding them again is going to put us in a rather favorable spot, through which favorable place through which we can plan very well our future business relationship and so on and so forth. And additionally to it, have a team that is always going to have our back. So that was the collective reading. Now a few notes about the show. There are going to be 12 readings just like this one, one for each star sign, and I'm going to start with Aries and run down the ecliptic, meaning that we'll go Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and so on and so forth, all the way up until Pisces. Bear in mind that these readings are going to be generalized, so you will have to project them on your own personal situation in order to get a accurate forecast. If you want me to do that for you, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below, and there you can purchase a personal reading that will focus on, of course, your questions, your situation, the goals and dreams you have, the problems you have, and so on and so forth. Other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you can find in the description down below as well. And anyone who makes a donation is going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That is going to be personalized reading, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Yasmin. At the end of the stream, you will get your reading of how that lunar phase is going to affect you personally, what event is going to be the most important one for you, and also how it's going to apply to your life. So starting up with the first star sign, that will be Aries. Now you can keep up with what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph and illustration that it is displayed right there. And if you are watching it on a video, you can just skim ahead until you see your star sign there and just listen to the reading. Hey, Yasmin. All right. Six of Cups, the High Priestess, and Nine of Pentacles. Well, I'm getting there, Yasmin. I'm getting there, definitely. Not quite there yet, but we'll be there soon. Quite pleasant day-to-day routine for Aries for the most part throughout the next couple of weeks, actually. Let me check on how exactly. It's 13 days. So 13 days, next 30, yeah, the 13 days, the days from 18th to 1st. Your daily schedule is going to be, for the most part, if not entirely, very pleasant. That will be that will be a time where the activities you face on daily basis are going to be pleasant to you, and it's kind of like it will feel like there is no chore within these activities. The people that you are going to be introduced to, have to deal with, and so on and so forth, are going to give you pleasure. The tasks at work are going to give you pleasure, and it's going to feel like things are getting back to normal everywhere, at every front in your life: career, relationship, friendships, love, and so on and so forth. And above everything else, is going to feel like you can count on these things. You know, you can count on your job, count on your relationship, and so on and so forth, to a point where at a specific area of your life, now obviously is going to be very specialized, or rather like specific for each one of you. For some of you, the intimate area; for others, it will be the business area. But in a certain area in your life, you are going to kind of like feel ready that it is time to make a solid jump in development or a solid step in development. Now, whether you're going to do it or not, it's entirely up to you. But according to these cards, you can definitely make a big breakthrough. I would kind of say it that way. And how you're going to recognize when it is exactly your time is when you are kind of like on your own. It is you have to make the move. Everyone else, if there are other people involved, they are following your lead. Nothing else, nothing less, and also nothing more. But the biggest thing again that you can expect, Aries, from these 13 days after 18th is everything in your life to normalize and to simply give you kind of pleasure. And based on that normalization, you can definitely again count on every asset in your life. Now moving next, that will be Taurus. These are your cards: Seven of Wands, King of Cups. It says Knight here, but these are kings in the traditional deck. So the King of Cups, and also Queen of Cups. So you guys gotta be very vigilant and take everything with a grain of salt for these 13 days after 18th. What those cards are showing here is that there is a very big chance to be lied to on many instances, and this isn't exactly, yeah, it is a lie. Basically, there are going to be proposals, offers, invitations as well, if you will, that simply are not going to be true. You're going to be promised one thing, And if you agree, you're just not going to get what you are promised about. And every single one of them, I mean, how you can separate the genuine offer, because not every offer is going to be like that, but these are going to be there for sure. How you can separate the genuine offer from the fallacious one, you know, how you can accept, how you can recognize the beguiling event and separate it from the opportunity, is that these false offers will always gonna request you to abandon positions. It will request from you to quit your job. It's gonna request from you to get back on your word. It's gonna request from you to leave your partner, and so on. And so basically they're gonna request from you to give up on a already certain holdings, you know, already certain positions. And you should, at least according to these cards, you should definitely not take them. And the technique that these people are gonna try to use is guilt tripping, emotional manipulation, and kind of like personal value for you. Like, if you love me, you would do that for me, right? That is them cashing in on the personal value they have for you. Don't cave in. I mean, it's gonna be a colossal loss if you do, at least according to these cards. A massive loss if you kind of like allow yourself to be beguiled into, because that's not even a lie. You will definitely know that things aren't gonna work out. And if you are gonna go for it, it's gonna be out of a emotional and sentimental value. Don't do it. So that is what the waxing moon, the waxing phase of the moon is going to manifest for you. And that way, you know, you can look at it from the bright side. That way you're just gonna see who your true friends are. Okay, next is Gemini. These are the cards. So we do have the Sun, the Tower, and Nine of Cups. It is a successful restart or resurgence. Probably is the best. It is the better word here. So think of the thing. Think of the thing that it almost went to shade. Thank you, but that was a cough, not a sneeze. Thank you, Yasmin. So think of the thing in your life that almost went to shade, and it's kind of like you are holding it by a thread. Like it is almost over with it. That may be a project at work. You know, it obviously is going to be different for each one of you, but that could be your project at work, friendship, intimate relationship, could be a relationship with your parents or one of your parents. If I think of that, could be also your sanity, you know. Anyway, think of that thing, and you better believe that within the upcoming 13 days from 18th to 1st, this thing which is almost kind of like lost is going to resurge again into your life. That will be a revival, resurrection, whatever way you want to call it here, with a potential to be rebuilt far better than it was before. So you can reopen your case, for example, and make it far better than it was before. You can restart or research your friendship and make it far better than it was before. Your intimate relationship, for example, whatever it is about to kind of like go extinct in your life, it will resurge again. The only issue that these cards are showing, and the issue I'm going to show it to you, it comes from these two cards, so Nine of Cups and the Sun card. Like I said, I read through the elemental dignities technique, and on their own, they are fantastic cards, right? Problem, their enemies. And the Nine of Cups is killing the Sun. The influence of the Nine of Cups is killing the Sun. So that's if you do want the Sun card, which is the expansion and the energies of growth and the natural unfoldment to thrive, then there are going to be you know, some, can I put it to words, uncomfortable actions that you got to do. And let me give you an example to make it clear what I mean. You may be required to tell someone that, for example, they suck at their job. You don't want to hurt their feelings. That isn't something you are going to have a joy from, right? But it's necessary so you can kind of like push your own things moving forward. So these unpleasant things you got to do, they aren't, for example, against the law. They are unpleasant to you because they will hurt someone's feelings, and as a boomerang will hurt your feelings as well by knowing that you have hurt someone else's feelings. But someone has to do it at the end of the day, because otherwise these people are just kind of like dragging you down or dragging you back, and kind of like, you know, you gotta take matters in your own hands. It's these 13 days from 18 moving forward are amazing days of mending friendships. So you have a friend that you regret kind of like breaking friendship with, reach out within these 13 days, and with almost no effort, without breaking a sweat, you will be able to mend the relationship with them. Next one, Cancer. Eight of Cups, Death, and Four of Swords. Oh. For the most part, on a daily basis, you're gonna get annoyed. Reason for that annoyance on your behalf, it is that situation where someone tries to convince you into a thing you just know that it is not true, right? You just know that that's not the case, and the convincing attempts are going to be something like of a sort of like, you really need the job. No, I don't. Yeah, yes, you really need a job, or you like that, right? No, I don't. But look how good it is. You like it, right? And it's going to be a harp, one after another. That's, you got to do the right thing, you know, like the thing that everybody else is doing. But you, on another hand, are going to recognize that that thing everybody expects you to do is actually detrimental to you. Is actually putting you in a slug. It puts you in a situation where there isn't really a bright future after that. So instead of doing that, It's these cards are speaking. Well, you get to decide how you're going to handle the situation, but these cards are speaking that for the most part you're going to have an affinity to just ignore those harps. It is like they're harping on you and you're just not responding. You aren't saying whether you're going to do it or not. You're just not responding. But instead, you're just waiting for the right moment to drop off everything which doesn't serve you any purpose, that doesn't work for you anymore. For some of you, could be as small as, for example, dropping off some kind of a habit or dropping off some kind of a hobby or an activity. For others, it may be a big thing, you know, dropping off your job, dropping off your relationship or the plans for travel, whatever the case, recognizing that it just doesn't work anymore. And instead of kind of like keeping up things which are already dead to you, you are off to a much brighter future with a much brighter perspectives. So it's just a matter of time, not listening to everyone that thinks that knows better what is better for you, and just listening to yourself and kind of like observing where the wind is blowing from and getting into that direction. Okay, next one, that will be Leo. These are the cards for Leo. Four of Swords, Queen of Cups, and the Devil. You're gonna have someone that worries for you a lot in these 13 days. They're gonna worry for you, and these worries are gonna be pretty much in vain. But for some reason, you wouldn't be able to make them aware of it. So, for example, think of it that you are planning to solve your problems, but you can't say that you are having those plans, because if you do say that you're having those plans, other plans wouldn't work. Because, for example, the plan you have relies on the element of surprise in your in a parent of yours or sibling or spouse is very worried that you do have these problems, but you just can't set their mind at ease, because you're not going to be able to solve these problems, right? And that's why these people are going to be very close to you. People that are close to you are going to be quite worried, and I can't say that it's going to break your heart, but definitely it is going to bother you, because what those cards are showing is that you are going to have a real conversation with these people, conversations with these people. We wouldn't be able to tell them everything, everything that you want to tell them, in order to set their mind at ease. And bottom line is that that will be one more thing for you to also worry about. Other than that, these 13 days are going to be days where you're going to, on a daily basis, solve your predicaments and also concerns, not the way you want to, though. Okay, not just, it will involve actions, decision makings that are things you don't want to resort to, but you are going to have to. But once you do solve your problems, then you're gonna have a peaceful existence, at least for a little while. Virgo. Oh, that's a good one. These are your cards. The Wheel of Fortune, Six of Wands, and Four of Cups is super unexpected rewards within these 13 days, coming just at the right time. Kind of hard to express, you know, these moments when you do have the situation as a picture in your mind, but you don't know how to kind of like relate that picture. That is the moment I do have right now. Think of it that way. These rewards are going to manifest for you at the area of your life where you are, I can't really say bored, but it's like kind of like you are satisfied right now, and it's just not worried about its future. And so because you aren't worried about its future, you don't have a big expectations, and that's why these rewards kind of like are gonna stun you, because having no expectations and bam, something bigger. And that will make you think, well, can I not expand even further? And guess what you do? You can. You can basically grow into that area. And again, that area doesn't have to be just only your job. Could be friendships, could be again intimate relationships. It's general reading. And what you're gonna realize is that right now the conditions perfect. If you don't do it right now, when you do have everything on your side, all the odds are on your side, the timing on your side, the circumstances on your side, the resources on your side, the recognition on your side, you're gonna have the real chance to make a super positive, once in a lifetime change in that area of your life. And if you don't do it right now, it's like better not do it ever. So don't miss your chance. But yeah, you're gonna get these bonuses, and how you're gonna recognize that that's the bonus, that it is your cue to make a move, is that it will make you feel amazing. It's kind of like it's gonna make you experience a peak of life, a peak of growth, a real accomplishment, a real achievement. But it's not going to be. It's going to be just a milestone. The real achievement is even bigger than that. And it's up to you to kind of like accomplish it. Oh, a second, guys. Okay. Hey, News Yvonne. Kenny, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Kenny. I will put you into the list. Okay, Libra. These are your cards: Knight of Cups, the Tower, and King of Swords. News Devon, thank you for the £5. Thank you. I haven't cleaned out the list from last time, so you're already in it. Thank you. Right, there are going to be a lot of geniuses, for the lack of better word here, that you are going to have to deal with throughout the week. These are what I mean under geniuses. It's like these are people that think they know your situation better than you do, and they actually do have the solution out there, and it's kind of like harping it your way, thinking that if you do follow their advice, you're actually going to be able to maneuver through the difficulties that you are experiencing, no matter how big or small these difficulties are. And the thing is that every single suggestion will request from you in one way or another to start again, start anew. Don't fall for it. These 13 days are days where you're just gonna have to follow the needs and also the wishes of your heart. Now, there is a very unique condition, at least according to these cards. Within these 13 days from 18th to the 1st of April, from 18th of March to the 1st of April, the universe is going to forget about you. Basically, I'm going to mess around with your stuff and with your deeds. And this is a time where your results are going to be measured only by your actions and by your efforts. And so if you do want something, you got to go out and take it. You know, instead of expecting that, oh, if it is meant for me, it's going to happen one way or another. Not within these 13 days. If you don't do anything, then nothing is what you're going to get. But if you give everything you got, it is everything that you will receive as a reward. So this is a time for a solo play. Okay, this is a time where you decide what you really want for yourself, or who you really want for yourself. And if it's a person that you want for yourself, go out, flirt, you know, disregard the condition and just do everything possible, okay, to get within the range of their framework, you know, of their lives. Call them, ask them out, and so on and so forth. It's all about, again, what are the dreams of your heart. And once you kind of like recognize them, because there are people who haven't recognized that as well, start moving into that direction, because they aren't happening because, you know, they are just the dreams of your heart, but they will happen because you make something about it. And these 13 days is the time you do that. Other than that, for you, Libra, everything you have right now, it's worth saving. I don't know what that means, but it is a message from the cards. Everything you have right now, it is worth saving. Okay, next, Scorpio. These are our cards. Saying ours because I am Scorpio as well. Well, I don't want to say that these are going to be tough 13 days, because some of us are actually expecting that thing. Now, what happens is, damn, it's difficult of explaining. Uh, what happens, it's probably on a basis of agreement. Let me tell you a story. It's a fictional story, okay? That very well describes the elemental dignity in between Eight of Cups and Ace of Cups as they stand like that. Say you're really a person, or I will use you. Okay, so say you're really into someone, you really want to be with them. Okay, but one way or another throughout the years, just things didn't work out. That person, let's say, married, and a couple of months ago they divorced. So now they are available, and this is the resurgence of hope, and that is the biggest thing, or rather like the warmth that we all as a Scorpio are going to feel, a resurgence of hope, a hope that will promise things are going to work out, but in the future. Because, for example, if I'm following my story, yes, they have divorced, we are establishing contact. They are also willing to try, but not right now, because they do have to heal. So while there is going to be a resurgence of hope, the circumstances will not allow that hope to take place right now, but it will carry on a promise that in the future, and this how far in the future will be very individualized. Okay, so in the future it will happen. Now the question is, can we wait for the future? And with that star card next to the Eight of Cups as another elemental dignity, it shows that we ain't gonna get any better offer than that one from that place or from this person. That's the best they can do, right? We whether take it or we whether leave it and forget about it for God. So it's entirely up to us whether we are gonna again wait or not, because the circumstances are beyond us. We can't influence them. The only thing we can do is look toward the future and hope that this brighter perspective is going to take place sooner rather than later. Sagittarius. And again, it doesn't have to be with our romantic life. It could be with anything. It could be something like this. This house is going to be yours one day, right? But one day with the inheritance. Ooh. I like that one. All right. Three of Wands, Temperance, and the World. It's a massive challenge that it looks a lot like a taunt, right? You're being taunted, say by a colleague that, you can't handle that big of a project, and the only thing they hear as a response is, watch me. So one way or another, you're going to undertake quite of a massive challenge. It's going to be in an area of your life where you feel quite confident. In fact, that is an area in your life that you have established a very solid patterns, well-established foundation. So there isn't anything that can basically undermine your position and undermine your authority in it. And this massive challenge will be something that requires more from you, something that you will need to raise the bar of your expectations, the bar of your performance. You know, it's just going to be something, while simultaneously you will be in a very familiar environment, it will be something quite new for you to undertake. And that will earn you the respect of your peers, the respect of your mates, the respect of your friends or family members, you know. And while up until this point, if they had been in a certain opposition to you, trying to push you one way or another with their opinion, they will no longer going to do that, but instead they will respect your differences and no longer going to bother you with their way moving forward. But you definitely are going to reopen some kind of um, a closed case, I would say, being able to offer even a further progress into it. And it will be quite of a challenging endeavor for you. Okay, next, Capricorn. Those are your cards: the Empress, the Hierophant, and Ten of Cups. So on the personal note, these 13 days from 18th of March to 1st of April, you will build up a name with something. So at least at a certain niche, you will grow to be quite recognizable for a time, maybe for entire life. You know, so as a general reading, can't guarantee that every single one of you is going to be a recognizable name into forever, into what they are good at. But this build up will allow you to kind of like take a break and breathe. You know, have a bit of a room to maneuver and room for a respite as well. That what I mean is that within these 13 days, on the basis of building up your name by doing your job correctly, you will now have the option to take a few days off, for example. And these days off are going to be quite needed because a massive decision is going to await you. That will be a decision for your distant future, not just for the recent one, not for the moderate one. It's going to be for the distant one, years and years in advance. And the state that you're going to be in, taking on that decision, needs to be as peaceful and as calm as possible. But the thing is that you are going to be quite happy where you are finding yourself or where you are going to find yourself in these 13 days. So that will additionally going to contribute to your peace of mind. And I can't stress you enough how important is going to be that decision, because it will be like a sowing, you know, and then the harvest come years and years in the future. And what you sow, you will reap, whether bitter or sweet. And how bitter is going to be will depend how much you are in the midst of activities. Because being into the midst of activities will not allow you to see objectively the situation. Okay. As objective you see the situation, as objective you make that decision, as sweet the reaping is going to be for you. Simple as that. Another thing, should you start dating these 13 days, find another person to date with, that's great. Things can definitely work out in between you two. Can you make family? Definitely. but it will take a lot of time. This is we do have a conditions for the real love here, okay, with the Hierophant and the and the Empress. And as per the philosophy of Tarot, there are three types of love. You know, you do have the true, the real, and the soulmate type of love. The true love happens instantly. You can't say why you love that person. You just do, right? It's something you can't explain. So can't be destroyed because you cannot destroy what you cannot explain. The real one, though, it's quite different. You can say why you love that person. I love that person because they look good, because I trust them, you know, because they take care of me, and so on and so forth. And these are the conditions you have for the real love. But that real love to take place, it takes time. You need to grow trust, mutual reliability, you know, and at some point you will discover that you're actually missing each other, right? You spend a couple of days not talking, not seeing each other, and then you realize that is equal. This person has a vital role in my life, and this is going to be a tacit agreement for both of you, and that is how that real love develops. So you do have the conditions for that, and if you do start dating, bear in mind it takes place very, very slowly. So give it time to unfold and develop. Don't rush it. Okay, next, Aquarius. 10 of uh 10 of major arcana. I'm sorry, I'm quite tired. The Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands, and Death card. It's kind of weird. Okay, it's just these cards are saying that within these 13 days you're gonna make a use of, right? You're gonna make a use of a thing you didn't see use of by this point. Okay, what good are you then? You know, maybe you do have a person being forced for you to work with, and I don't know, babysit and so on and so forth. And it's kind of like you may think, what use of you then, right? You have no use. You're basically a dead weight. But amazingly, these 13 days is going to be like a miracle. It's going to be like a prodigy. You will find a use of whether the gadget, the person, the schedule, you know, whatever had been basically bestowed upon you, you can't get rid of, and you have to carry on, and it's just like again a dead weight. Well, that use you're gonna find for the friendship, I don't know, for the task and so on and so forth, will be amazing. That use will actually gonna make your life very comfortable, very, very comfortable. It basically is going to assure that you're going to get exactly what you need right now. Christina, thank you for the 10 US dollars. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. Hold on a second. Happy birthday, by the way. Hope you have a great one. All right, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. Wow, all right. These are the cards. So we do have someone that is going to fall in love with you within these 13 days. That doesn't have to be the intimate love, right? It could be friendship love, it could be parental love as well, but definitely there is going to be a person that will emotionally attach to you. And how you're going to recognize that one? It's the day are going to make you change your mind on a very tough conundrum, I would put it that way, on a very tough situation. They're going to make you change your mind and actually be more gentle and soft about your approach, and especially about your decision. And what you need to know it is that you are destined to have some kind of a future with that person. Now, not all of you Pisces are going to be destined to live happily ever after, but you definitely have a destiny with that one. So we can call it that's a, if you will, you can call it this a karmic relationship. And under karmic, I don't mean a bad. I don't know why people think that karmic relationships are bad relationships, you know? It just means that a previous actions actually led that one to you. Or actions from your past life brought that one to you again. And they don't have to kind of like forecast a grim future. In fact, they could forecast a pretty awesome future. Sadly, the moon card shrouds the future with obscurity, meaning that it can't be seen, but it is a future nonetheless, and it is a destined one. So it's not someone you can basically banish from your life, because if you do, you will meet again a year or 2 years from now. So the faster you kind of like reach that future, the better. And yeah, you are going to end up having a karmic relationship in these 13 days. So hopefully it's a good one for you. All right. That was for the 12th. Now the super chat is going to take place. So first one, that will be Yasmin. Just give me a minute. I want to say thank you for the 20. Thank you. Oh, that was a noisy one. These are your cards. Yes, man. You will attract a lot of attention. Uh, I don't know if it's going to be within the entire 13 days or just on a single occasion. I do believe that it's going to be on more than one occasion, but you are going to attract a lot of attention by your presence. Okay, so your presence, the way you look, the way you dress, the way your makeup is, in generally who you are, is going to attract a lot of attention, and there is going to be a people, that's plural, that will grow to like you for who you are for their own purposes. Which purposes, while at that point will suit you very well. So there will be kind of like collaborations that it will make sense, and in the same time are going to be collaborations that you will enjoy, are gonna make you feel a bit restricted, like kind of like getting into a trap, for a lack of better word. But on the plus side, these collaborations will allow you to build personal sovereignty in many ways. So basically, what boils down to is that your self-confidence, and also, what's the word here? Self-impression are going to be boosted big time, and you will enjoy it. You will very much enjoy it for what those cards are showing. One other specific situation that it may happen for you at that waxing moon is that to be recognized by a family member. I don't know what that means, but it may very well happen. Okay, next, Kenny. Let me. Yeah, it's more of a personal attention rather than, you being scrutinized. Like, someone may like how you think, how you behave, and just want to befriend you. That kind of attention. Not attention of like how you do your job and so on and so forth. You're welcome, Yasmin. Let's check on you, Kenny, now. Let me get onto your inquiry. All right. So you want to know how things are going to go with your job. Okay. Okay, Kenny, so these are your cards. Let me pull the camera preview. All right, so these are your cards. Six of Cups, Temperance, the World, and Ten of Pentacles. So within the next couple of months, I would say it's by the middle of June, actually, you will receive quite a rewards, okay, like bonuses, recognition, and so on and so forth. But what is important for you to know is that within this job for the foreseeable future, that is as high as you can get, right? It's just as high as you can get. But these rewards, these bonuses and recognition, especially not that much of a financial bonus, but more of a build-up of name, can serve you as a milestone, because at the mid of June, for some reason, you are gonna start thinking of your own thing. You're gonna start thinking of going independent, of again building your own stuff, maybe as well, your own brand. And the reason for it is that Temperance into the second position, which represents the extremes that you aren't agree with, the extremes with the job conduct, for example, with the conditions of work, or simply with the crunch that you may be under. In generally, the Temperance in that position represents everything that one does not agree with, and it's just it gets too much at some point, which the boiling point again is going to be somewhere mid of June this year, where you're going to start thinking of going independent. Now, whether you're going to do that or not, it's entirely up for you to decide, but what is going to be wise for you to do is to use that recognition in these bonuses as a milestones, instead of kind of like something to sit on. That is how the job is going to go, at least according to my cards. Okay, next, Shaughnessy, guidance message. Second. You're welcome. Jen, thank you for the $8.88. Thank you, Jen. Let me put you into the list. Okay. All right. Just want to say your message, the guidance message. These are the cards. So, a message is that you are on a verge of completing a very important cycle of your development. Okay. And this cycle of development, once you do complete it, is going to harmonize your life. So basically, your life will grow into a full harmony. The question, though, is how to complete it. Now, everyone will want you to do one thing, right? And the message is, the guidance is that you got to do the opposite. Not what they want you to do, so they want you to do what you have to do. Well, instead, you got to do what you want to do. I hope this isn't confusing, but that is literally the guidance message here. But you are very soon, very nigh to basically transcend into the next tier, into transcend into the next level. All right. Next, it's Christina. You have a birthday and a solar eclipse, so let's have a look how that moon, that waxing phase of the moon, is going to affect you. You're welcome. These are your cards. Well, they literally say love with man at work, or a man of authority. So someone that fits in the politics, has a business empire, something like that. But that's what they say. And at least at that stage is going to be exactly the man you want, or the kind of a man you want. So happy birthday. Right. Next is Jen. So Jen, you do have a specific inquiry whether you should take option A or option B. For option A, for option B. I can't make the decision for you, but option A looks far better. Option B is possible, but not within the place you are looking for right now. Okay. Like, it's possible if you find a partial time job, for example, elsewhere. That is the way you can make it work. Otherwise, the Ace of Wands says that your option A is going to be quite gainful. But if I were in your shoes, I would first ask whether my conditions for option B are going to be satisfied. And if they aren't, so meaning if I don't get the extra hours, then I would go for the option A. Okay, and last but not least, that will be news Devon. So you want to know what's coming your way. You're welcome. Right, all right. So those are your cards. We do have the ring, the cross, and the man. I drew one tarot card just to see why that's the case. How comes actually? Because what they show is that a commitment you do have with a man, not necessarily an intimate commitment, it's gonna grow into quite of a trouble, and the trouble is gonna be the man himself. So that is coming your way. That's this commitment you do have with this man will kind of like suffer because the man itself will be problematic. And the reason for it is because they will just gonna do what they want, completely disregarding your wishes. Okay, like, hold on a second. Ah, sorry. Basically, they will. I don't know how to express that in English. You know, when you think that you are way too important, like you are the MVP and everybody needs to oblige to you and you are entitled to everything, that's kind of attitude that you're gonna get from that one. And it's kind of, it's gonna hurt you. No, it's just hurt you, I mean, emotionally. Actually, hurt you is not the right word. It's more like disappoint you. And how it's gonna start, News Devon, is through a promise. Now, that one is gonna promise you something and they will not gonna keep it. This is where it's gonna start from. So be mindful how trustly you are. And if you ask me, these certain days, it will be best if you trust your healthy sense of mistrust. Right, so that's gonna do it for tonight, guys and girls. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity, and hopefully we're gonna see each other around. Until then, bye.